Excuse me. Good boys. Hi. Thanks for joining me for lunch. I'm having turkey bowls. Actually, quinoa turkey bowls and frozen vegetables. And somebody else wants a bite. Would you like to know how I make this? These are my sous chefs. And they always make sure nothing falls on the ground for more than 0.5 seconds. But this is quinoa turkey bowls. And I made it a really delicious, special way. And how about I invite you into my kitchen and show you how it went? Let's go to the kitchen. So I have my mise en place, which means all in place, if you watch the Food Network. And for my turkey bowls, I literally only have a few ingredients, and really they're just base ingredients, and then whatever you want to add in addition is up to you. So this is my main ingredient for the turkey bowl. It's just simply fresh ground turkey and winter fresh vegetables. Fresh ground turkey was on sale, 2 for $1.98. Winter fresh vegetables, 2 for $3. Here's what I'm making for my complex carbohydrates. I'm going to make tricolored quinoa, and that's a really good complete protein. I'm going to add a little bit of red wine, lemon juice. I didn't get a full lemon this time. I forgot. You don't have to. I'm going to use I could use this, but I'm going to use my own broth that I made from last time I boiled chicken. I have mint, and I have green onions, and of course garlic and a yellow onion. So I'm going to start that first, since that's a little longer, and then I'm going to do this next, and that takes real quick. So do you cry when you cut onions? I have a brilliant trick. There's several. My grandma used to say, put a piece of bread between your lip and bottom teeth. Or another one was put a piece of the onion on top of your head. The best thing that works, and I'm sitting here with it right under my eyes, put it in the freezer for about 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops. Don't forget about it. But by the time you pull it out, the sulfur will be cold, and it won't be sublimating. It won't be giving off gases that those are the compounds that make your eyes water. So put your onion in the freezer a little bit, and then chop the onion. And I promise and guarantee you, I'm a crier. I'm not crying. This will help. This will work. Give it a go. So in my mise en place, I keep my herbs and my staples, I guess you could call it, but layers of flavor. This would be called maybe like the Mariquois. My garlic and onions are going to go in first, so I keep those together in one bowl. And then I cut up the herbs and put them in a different bowl for later, or a different place. Just doesn't have to be a bowl, because these aren't going in until the end. When it's almost done, literally almost ready to serve, that's when you put in the very last layer of flavor. And herbs can be whatever you want. I'm putting mint and green onions in mine today. Sometimes it's oregano and marjoram and basil. Sometimes it's basil and lime. Sometimes it's whatever you want. But always leave the herb part till last, so you don't lose the flavor in the mush. You want to layer those flavors. So keep those handy. Keep those in the fridge while you're cooking, and then when it's just time, that's when you want to add these in. So now I'm going to start the quinoa. And what I do first is I actually toast the quinoa. So, and I'm not a measurer. So what I like to do is, as the quinoa is cooking, and you have to watch it or you could burn it because you might run out of liquid before you know it. I just watch it and add whatever liquid I think I would like to taste more of. So I start with water, and then I start adding other things. This is about 1/3 of a cup. This is out of one of my protein scoops. I keep these all the time. I'm going to add this plumps up pretty good. So I'm going to say a whole cup of quinoa. That'll yield a good 2.5, maybe almost 3 cups of quinoa. So there's my quinoa, okay, and I buy this at Sprouts for, bulk price, so it's really inexpensive in that way. I add a little bit of olive oil, okay, and, again, I'm not measuring. A little bit of olive oil, and then I'm going to stir it around, get it nice and incorporated, and then I'm going to turn the heat on, there we go, to medium-low heat. Now what I'm looking for is for the little popping sounds. So I'm going to go ahead and watch this until I start hearing popping sounds. When I start hearing popping sounds, I know that it's toasted and that it's like quinoa corn instead of popcorn, pop quinoa. So as soon as I start hearing popping sounds, that's when I'm going to start adding my liquid and all my other ingredients. Okay, I don't know if you can hear it, but there's teeny tiny popping going on. Let me put the microphone. Hear the teeny tiny popping? That's the teeny tiny popping. Okay, I'm going to add garlic and onions. My garlic and onions. And I'm going to add that much water. I'm not sure yet because I'm just going to wait. I got some wine. A little bit of that. Keep it on hand, not to drink yet. It's not ready. A little bit of that, a little bit of that. And I'm using lemon juice concentrate, so look how little I'm using. Have you ever over-lemoned using concentrate? Bad idea. So this is the only amount of concentrate I'm using. If I were using an actual lemon, I would have zested it and use the juice of one entire lemon, and that comes out to sometimes maybe a 1/4 cup, maybe a little less. But right now, I'm just going to watch this and taste it, watch it, taste it, watch it, decide when and how much of the chicken bouillon I'm going to add in. You got to watch that too, because remember it will boil down and it will become super concentrated. So I add this close to the end so that I don't over salt, over concentrate, or overkill this. It's real easy to do that. So I've added a little bit of my chicken stock. I'm still watching this. I'm watching this because this evaporates in and gets nice and soaked up super fast. So if you're not watching it, you're going to have burnt quinoa, and that tastes pretty bad. So we're going to watch this. Don't you wish we had smell-o-vision? Okay, I got to try this. So it's coming down. It's not quite bloomed, and it needs some liquid, but I'm going to decide on what more to add right now. So I'm going to try it first. So here's what you do. So I was a personal fitness chef, and the last thing people want me to do when I'm cooking in their kitchens is to double dip into their food. So I've got my first spoon. I'm going to go dig in, see what it needs. Second spoon, I'm going to feed myself. And of course, it needs a little salt, but I'm not going to add the salt until the end, because if you add it now, when it still has some reducing to go, and then when it's time and it's done, I'm going to add broth. I think it needs more broth. You have an over-salted quinoa, and you can undersalt and add, but you can't oversalt and take away. So you got to keep trying and keep trying and keep trying, and it's not until the end that you season it with your salts and bouillons and stuff that you can't reduce. You know what? Needs a little more wine too. Who doesn't? So I'm at the point where the quinoa is just starting to bloom. And bloom means it starts to kind of fall apart and open a little bit. And now is when I'm going to add in my green onions and mint. I also added a little extra garlic. I think you can never go wrong with more garlic. But I'm going to go ahead and add in my herbs now. It's almost ready. The liquid is almost incorporated. And then once it's finally absorbed into the right consistency, I'm going to check it one more time for salt, and then I'm going to head on to my turkey bowl recipe. Oh, yeah, you got to try this. Check it. Bloomed, almost there. You can see the little blooms. They're little kind of popped apart. Just a little longer. And it is done. I'm going to put this on the back burner and start my next one. Turkey, ready to go. So while I was making the quinoa, I decided on how I wanted to make my turkey with the flavors that I was making already. Now, normally I'd be doing this all at the same time, and it's such a quick fix, you know, bang, 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 done in about 20, 30 minutes. It takes longer to do the dishes. But I decided I would use some curry, smoked paprika, za'atar, and harissa. Now, come over here and let me show you this. So, harissa and za'atar are Mediterranean spices. This one, like oregano-y, it's got some coriander seed in it, real fresh, real bright. This is a little more spicy, Mediterranean spicy. It's a little bit heat. There's Hungarian hot paprika in there too. Delicious. I'm going to use curry powder and a smoked paprika, which I love. Now, when you're making a curry, you don't just put the curry in whatever you're going to put it in. You've got to put it, you've got to toast it a little bit, let the flavors come out. Otherwise, a raw curry tastes grainy and sandy and tastes like drywall. So, first we toast the spices, and I'll show you how to do that. So when you're toasting spices, you've got to have a very, very low flame. So I have a super low flame here on the heat, like very low. And I have a gas stove, which I love. But even if you're an electric or on one of those ceramics, it's got to be a low, low heat. Otherwise, this will burn. And I opened it all the way up so that I could literally just liberatingly dump these in, however much. Now, this is going to be a lot for now. This is going to be a lot, but it's going to soak in. There's a lot of ingredients to be had. So there's a lot in here, you know. But I'm not toasting the za'atar because that has leaves in it and that will catch fire. So all I'm going to do is stir this and watch this and wait for the smell to tell me it's ready. It will tell me just by the aroma. So when I smell beautiful Mediterranean curry spices, I can smell it, I know it's ready. The spices are coming through. I added my garlic, my onions, and just kind of broke up the turkey a little bit. And there's some olive oil in there to keep it all from sticking. And like I was saying, I wish we had smell-o-vision. Oh, so there's a lot more to go yet. I mean, this is going to be so beautiful when we add in green and then the cauliflower and broccoli. We're going to have a beautiful meal here. So almost done. There's still a little bit of pink in here. That's when I'm going to add my frozen vegetables. I've let these thaw somewhat. There's going to be a lot of liquid in this just from thawing. But what I'm going to do is add a little yogurt and some cornstarch in the end for that. And that'll kind of add that creaminess factor too. So I'm just going to dump these in, incorporate, taste again, decide what I need to add, and then that'll be it. It's already ready already. Here we go. Dump those in. Let them thaw out. Add in the spice I think we need to add more of, and then it's over. This goes in like 5 minutes. So I've added a little bit of the yogurt to cream it up a little bit. Added a little more spice. It needed some more of this beautiful harissa. I wish it came in bigger packages. But now I'm going to add the finishing touch. I got my green onions and mint. I'm just going to sprinkle that over and toss it through, and that should be it. So let's toss this through, get it all loose and ready. Do the old culinary art toss. without getting it all over the kitchen. All I gotta do is let everything cool down enough so I can put it in the bowl and eat it. This doesn't even need salt. It's perfect. Well, that was turkey bowls. Pretty darn simple, actually. Check it out. I've got tricolor quinoa with red wine, garlic, mint, green onions, and I have turkey, ground turkey with Mediterranean and Persian spices and some curry. I just made it up. And I've got my glass of kombucha tea. So, who's ready for turkey bowls? I know I am.